Thanks a million for coming along. We're having, this is the first of a two-part series. We're going to have the main event in August, Bank Holiday weekend, so tell all your friends about that. We'll have 3 days of the festival on the square, and there'll be lots of music in all the pubs during that Bank Holiday weekend. We're here tonight to meet all, reminisce on olden times, and we'll have a few songs, stories, some of them funny, and we might have a dance or two as well. So without further ado, we're going to start off with our first guest tonight here in this lovely premises. First up tonight we've got Richie Kearney, and Richie sings in the local church here in Claremorris, St. Coleman's, and he's 2 albums out, Songs of Comfort and Stand By Me. And the first song you're going to do tonight, Richard, is I Have No Time. This song was written by Father Lyons from St. Coleman's College, and he was a teacher down there in Coleman's College, and he taught Harry Byrne, Pat Byrne and Dick Byrne. And likewise, Richie Kearney here also taught the 3 lads as well. Isn't that right, Richie? So without further ado, will you please give a big round of applause for our first guest tonight here, Mr. Richie Kearney.
As children we had lots of time to spend on many things. The sky, the mountains and the trees were marvels to us then. They made us ask 1,000 times of wonders far and near. Who brought the swallows safely back to where they were last year. Why are those berries blue and black, and why are others brown? Why does the skylark fly straight up? Why don't the stars fall down? The whys and whats were from us then, but no one seemed to care. For all the time the answer was, I have no time to spare. And as the years move quickly by, we too give little thought to all the questions that we asked and all the answers sought. For knowledge that we once pursued, we have no time or room. We now alas pursue that rust and moth consume. We have no time at all to ask for greater things, to ask why are we here at all, and where it all will end, and why are people colorblind when rainbows are so colored, or why a wooden cross became the crossroads of the world. And when our life comes to its end, a time we cannot choose, at least we then say truthfully, we have no time to lose. And what is left? Eternity. Eternity of what? Dear Lord, we never had the time to think of things things like that. Dear Lord, we never had the time to think of things like that.
Well done, Richie. Wasn't that brilliant? Now, the second song he's going to sing tonight is dedicated to the man that opened this place a few years ago. 60 years today this pub was opened by PJ Byrne, the late great PJ Byrne and Sheila. So well done to that. And this song is a lovely song, The Old Man. I think the Furies had it out one time. And it's sung in memory of PJ Byrne and Sheila Byrne, special friends to Richie Kearney. Richie worked here a few years ago and got on very well with all the family and clientele and all that. So I hand you over again to Richie for the classic song, The Old Man.
The tears have all been shed now. We've said our last goodbyes. His soul's been blessed, he's laid to rest, and it's now I feel alone. He was more than just my father, my teacher, my best friend. He can still be heard in the tunes we shared when I play them on my own. Oh, I never will forget him, for he made me what I am. Though he may be gone, memories linger on, and I miss him, the old man. As a boy, he'd take me walking by mountain, field, and stream, and he'd show me things not known to kings, and secret between him and me, like the colors of the pheasant as he rises in the dawn, and how to fish and make a wish beside the fairy tree. Oh, I never will forget him, for he made me what I am. Though he may be gone, memories linger on, and I miss him, the old man. I thought he lived forever. He seemed so big and strong, but the minutes fly and the years roll by for a father and a son. And suddenly when it happened, there was so much left unsaid, no second chance to tell him thanks for everything he'd done. Oh, I never will forget him, for he send the old man.
Not too bad now, Joan. You grew up on the Ballyhonus Road.
I did. Grew up in Kilbeg.
Oh, it's the village of Kilbeg, is that right? Massive village of Kilbeg. And lots of happenings out in Kilbeg at the moment.
That's it, yeah.
Very good. Now, what inspired you to set up the Musical Society here in Claremorris? You were the inspiration to this big organisation with a huge cast.
I know, I literally, about 7-8 years ago now, there was just nothing for anybody to do. I had to travel to Galway to get the performing arts, so I decided to set up the musical. But it might have been my brainchild, but we've an excellent team, and that's why it's so successful 7 years later.
Very good. And 7 years into the running of it.
Yeah, we just did our 7th annual production there in January, which was The Sound of Music, and it involved a load of local adults and children, so we're delighted.
Very good. And will you do another one in January?
We are already applying for the performing rights and booking venues and sound, and it's never ending, and it's just fantastic. It's really taken off, and it's kind of the life and soul of the town, and come January there's a great buzz around the place. So.
And the Dalton Hotel is where you rehearse, getting ready probably a few weeks beforehand.
Absolutely, the Dalton Inn Hotel have been so good to us since we started 7 years ago, and literally we can rock up there any time and bring in all our troops and rehearse, and we have a great space in there, and as well we give back what we get, so we have all our...
Exactly, it works both ways. And the town hall, Michael Reedy and all the staff up in the town hall are playing a blinder up there.
Absolutely. We might complain about the town hall from time to time, but it's a great facility, and there's a massive stage there and good backstage facilities, so it would be great to see it revamped and all the rest, but we are thankful for what we have, I suppose.
Very good. Thanks a million, Joan, for coming along tonight. Give Joan Allison a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much. And done great work on the town there. 7 years on the run. Now, if Small Tom is down there, would you please come up? Small Tom, I think, is up next. Small Tom and the Flowliners. Great crowd here tonight in PJ's. Thanks a million for coming along. Is Tom on his way up? Good man, Tom. Is it down here, Tom? Oh, put on the hat, yeah. Will the two hats collide, do you think?
Like twins.
One stare at the lights. So, Tom, you had a great run there in Lord Cheer.
Yeah, a good run, Mike, yeah. But that was the last 4 of it, so that was happy enough with it. See?
What was it like in the big city with all the lights and cameras and action?
It was a very learning experience, you know, when you go up there first, man, you're nervous the first rehearsal, but after that, you wouldn't think I'd know something.
You came across very well and the sound and everything perfect.
Thanks very much, Mike, thank you.
What's your first song you're going to do tonight?
I'll sing Walk Tall. I didn't write that song, though, but a couple wrote about me.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for his first song tonight. Small Tom and the Flowliners, Walk Tall. Absolutely brilliant. Here's the mic. Take it away.
Take what away?
You'll talk away. This man, I was told, could talk for Ireland. He's a great speaker. Well, everybody here is a great speaker, but you'll be able to talk to these people about living up here in the square.
Well, Mr. Higgins, Reverend Fathers, ladies and gentlemen, I don't intend to speak for very long because there are longer standing residents of the square here. Yes, John. Older, more distinguished residents of the square and Main Street.
Not wiser.
Not wiser, is that it? All right. Thank you, John. Well, it's a great pleasure to be here, and it's a great honour to be asked to come to an event like this, and to meet people that I haven't met for a long time. I've met a few people there, the Hanleys, and different people that I didn't see for a good while. I hardly recognised yourself, Tick.
I'm looking so good.
You're looking wonderful, Tick, God bless you. It's the good living, isn't it?
It is.
It is.
The clean living, the clean.
The clean living, yeah. Well, all I would say about the square is that I had the pleasure of doing a book for the parish a couple of years ago to mark the 100th anniversary of the building of St. Coleman's Church. And while I was doing that, I had occasion to talk to a lot of people about the past in our area here and the whole town indeed. And I spoke to people like Matty Gilligan and Tom Cosgrove and all these people. Hopefully some of those people will be here later on maybe. Or if not, that we'd like to see them at the next round. The thing about growing up in the square, I remarked there to Seamus Gallagher and Mary Margaret and a few people that I was talking to, is that when you grow up in a place, you don't take any notice of the fact that you're in a particular place. It's only when you go away from it that you recognise the values and whatever else that we're attaching to that. And when I return to the square or to Main Street, which I do probably every day of the week at some step point or other during the day, I feel totally and completely at home. And when I walk down the street, if I meet Mrs. Smith or I meet Michael Heaney or somebody in the street, or Greg Ward or Dick or whoever it is, I feel as if I have never gone away. And I said to Seamus that I could readily turn around and walk across the street, put the key in the door and go in, except that our house is not there anymore. And at least when the people, or some of the people at least, that grew up with us and that we knew when we were growing up are still here, the house really doesn't matter, it's the people that's important. And I think that's proven by some of the photographs that we see here tonight. For example, this venerable institution, PJ Byrne's, that we're in here tonight, it wasn't always PJ Byrne's. And Tommy Ruan has done a very nice list there for us of all the shops in the street where we lived and in the square, and who was in them before the present occupiers. And it's interesting to note that the only two premises in our street that are occupied by the same people today as occupied them in the 19th century. Now he has one that he didn't mention, which is Gilligan's, the back of the square. Tommy I think he didn't quite go around the back of the square. But there's the two that he mentions are their own shop, Ruan's, which is there in the photograph that was taken at the beginning of the 20th century, and Jeremiah Higgins's, next door to that, which was established in 1829. So these are places that have been there for generations and generations, but they're still only buildings. What makes the thing important is the people. And it's when you see the photographs of the people that lived here and grew up with us, and that was one of the things that came across to me when I was doing the book, that you see people who have gone. There were people like Matt Cosgrove, for example, and Pat Merrick, who lived up here on the corner, with his beautiful shiny car and his golf clubs and his swanky shoes that he used to wear when he was going out to the golf club. These are all the things that we remember. And Paddy Grant and his wife over here, where I bought my first suit when I started teaching. And you know, there was Reardon's there next door to us. There was a terrible tragedy in their house. And John Waldron was there afterwards. You know, and now the credit union is there. So you become very conscious of the passage of time. But the one thing that remains is the feeling that you have for the people that you grew up with. So, for example, Seamus Gallagher sat down beside me tonight, who was my next door neighbour growing up. And John Grant came in and he sat down beside us, or stood beside us. And the three of us were three neighbours, 1, 2, 3 in a line, when I was growing up. And we're as friendly today, and more friendly, maybe, than we ever were. And I think that that is what belonging to a place is all about. That's what it means to me at any rate, that I can come in here to Dick Byrne any day of the week, and it's the same as if I was living here, because I'm not a stranger. I'm not a person that takes a drink. But I might break out jet Dick before the night is over.
No, you won't.
I hardly will.
No, you won't.
Ticking will do his best
I'd have
to
to
get me. You'll have mine, Dick. That's fine, Dick. I'll send it over to you shortly. But what I'm trying to say, I suppose, is that Cormac Hanley, Heaney's, Siobhan McGarry, who can't be with us tonight, all these people, Greg Ward, all of the people that live in our area, or lived in our area, they'll always be a part of here. They might have moved on to another street, or they might have moved on to another townland or something like that, or another town even. But I know, for example, Cuddy's, Joe Cuddy, I would hope that he would be here at the next one of these, and my own brother might come from Ballymastone for it, and that, please God, we'll organise it in such a way as that as many people as possible from our own.
Coleman.
Some people would say, why am I here? I'm an interloper from James Street. I had to fight my way up here. But this is a story I want to tell, a lot of people mightn't even know it. In 1971, Sheila Byrne got restaurant died here in March, giving birth to the last girl, which was Nuala. And on the following August or September, I was minding gates out there for Irish Rail in Clonconner. So I cycled in my little bike and I was 17 years of age, and PJ Byrne called me. He said, "Higgins, I want to talk to you." He said, "Will you work for me?" I said, "I would, of course, PJ, why wouldn't I?" Friday evening, I said, "I'll see you Monday morning." He said, "You're fucking will not see me tomorrow morning." I'll never forget it. You talk about education. Education, I wasn't too fond of in Father John's, Coleman's College, but the education I got here in PJ Byrne's served me very well in later life, up to and including today. And PJ Byrne, I can only say, was a gentleman. And he looked after, if you knew, or if the people around here knew the people that he looked after, you wouldn't believe it. He looked after everybody and looked after them so well. Now, I want to say the Cormac Hanley's down here. I want to also mention Cormac and next door, Charlie and Billy. And I used to go in there, in and out. The herons were on sale every Friday morning, the herons, and Billy had herons and PJ had herons, and everyone, somehow they were all sold.
Stop the world and let me up. I'll try to go round and round. I'll play the game of love and lust. So stop the world and let me out. My dreams are shattered, can't you see? But you no longer care for me. It's the one who got a kiss. Why could you leave me here like this? You stop the world and let me go. I'm tired of going round and round. I play the game of love and lust. So stop the world and let me out. Dreams are shattered, can't you see? That you no longer care for me. Just the one dear love kiss. Why did you leave me here like this? You stop the world and let me go. I'm trying to go stop the world and let me, stop the world and let me up. I gotta go and pass around. I play the game of love and loss. So stop the world and let me up. Stop the world and let me out.